Hello friends, today we'll see how to draw the sectional view by using a isometric view. It means that the 3D sketch is given to you and you have to draw the three views, that is a sectional front view, right? Then the top view and the right hand side view. Okay. Now when you are going for the first angle method projections, it is very clear that the right hand side view will go to the left side. First I have to draw the reference line. So I have already drawn the reference line xy. This is x1 y1. Okay. Then take a distance of 10 mm, okay, with reference to this, and mark a line. I'll just mark a 10. Here also mark 10. Okay. And draw the lines. This is the first basic step. Second step is that find the dimensions right now. So when you are finding the dimensions, first of all you see that from which directions we are looking. Okay, the x direction is shown here. It means that from this we'll get a front view, from these directions we'll get a side view. Okay, that is a right hand side view, and from the top we can see the top view. Okay, where the front view, top view goes, I'll tell you first. This is the layout where we are drawing the front view. Okay, below this, in the first angle method projections, we are drawing the top view, and right hand side will go at this position, that is a profile plane, that is a right hand side view. One more thing we can observe, when I am talking about the front view, right, it means that this is your vertical plane, this is your horizontal plane, and this is your profile plane. Okay, then next we'll see that the dimensioning. If you observe this diagram carefully, from the front you will always get a length. So how much is the total length of this object? So length, if you observe in this direction from the front view, we'll get a 90 plus 30, that is a 120. Then we'll get the width from the side view, we'll get the width as well as the height also. How much is the width? Maximum it will be a 30 is the radius, means diameter is 60, that we have got the width. Then what do you want? A height. How much is the height of this object? You can see from here to here it is a 5050 plus 10, so that will be again a 60 mm. So in this way we have got the length, width and height. So in the front view, always keep it in mind, in the we will get the height and the length, and in the top view we always get the width and the length, and in the side view what we will get? We will get the width and height. So for that reasons we have already find the all the dimensions. Now take a scale or a roller and mark a h and l. H is the height, which is already 60, so I'll mark a 60. Okay, this is the 60 I mark. Then length 120, length I mark. Okay, so length and height I mark, and within this region I have to complete my drawing. So this is the area where we can observe that we have to draw the front view. In the same way, if I go for the top view, I want a width and length, means this is the length. So length is already we know 120, means same length will get, and width, how much is the width? 60. So again I'll mark the 60 there, So we got this one. So within this region or a layout, I have to complete my top view. Okay, so in this layout, now we'll go to the first front view. If you observe this diagram in the I think I'll give the preference to the top view because it is very easy, right? And one more thing, as you are going for the sectional view, it is very clear that you are cutting this object in this way from the middle. Okay, so for that the cutting plane is shown by the BB. Okay, now in the top view, what you will get, if you see this red color, right now this is a cylinder actually, and two circles can be seen whose radius is 30, outer radius is 30 and inner diameter is 45. One more thing you can observe, if you go for this portion, here also you will get a semicircle. There are two semicircles whose radius, if you see there, the 15 they have given the radius, okay, and the other one, you can see this one, outer one is a 15 and inner one is 20. Inner one is the 20. So what I will do, my friend, I will draw the first two circle. So for that, it is exactly at the center. So I'll take for more visibility, I will take a sketch pen so that you can easily observe what I am doing. So this is 60, mark a center. This is center line I am marking. You know that how much is the radius? 30. So I'll mark 30. So here also I'll draw the center line. Then take a compass and in the compass mark a distance as a 30. Already you have given the dimensions. This is 30 and draw a circle. Okay. Inner circle is 45, means I need a dimensions of 22.5. Okay, so this is the 22.5. Then take a rounder and draw another circle. Okay, so this part get over. Then I will come to this position. It looks like a C, no? So how much is the sizes? Outer radius is 15. So my friend, I will take again a scale and mark up 15. So I'll take 15. I'll take compass and or a rounder and draw a semicircle. After that, but what distance I have taken for this? You know that the distance between these two is the 90. This distance between the center to center, this is center line I am again marking. Okay, this distance we are getting the 90. After that, again other radius is there whose diameter is 20, means I want 10. So I'll take a distance of 10. Okay, here I'll mark it a 10 and draw a semicircle. This part get over. Okay, this C I had drawn. Now if you observe again, there is a rib as well as the plate, but this plate is just like a taper plate right now. So you have to go for the joining from this position to this position. So tangentially you can draw the line. Then there is a rib. So rib distance is 10. So it's very easy. So take a scale and mark a 10-10. Okay, so just what I will do, from the center line I will okay, this is a rib part. Means top view is very easy in where the circular type of parts are available. So I think you can take the help of that. And the radius, suppose at this size, if I am talking this here, this is 30 means radius is 15, and this one I'm showing as a 20. Here also the radius is already, I have marked this outer radius, and this outer radius is 30, and the inner radius, which is given as a 45, diameter 45, sorry, this diameter will be of 45. Okay, now project all the lines in the upward directions. Center line I have drawn. This center line also you can project it in the upward direction, means in the front view. Okay. Now this yellow color when I am showing, it indicates that that will be my projection line. So first I'll project for the cylinder. We'll go only for the cylinder I am talking, because if you see from the front view, what you can observe, this height of the cylinder right now, as well as the one plate. So first I will draw the cylinder, because in the cylinder how much is the height? 60. You can observe here 50 plus 10, that will be 60. So I will mark this, I already marked, and this will be 60. I got this cylinder. Next one. Then this hole is not visible first of all. So what I will do, I'll mark it with a dotted line, or it is a hidden line. Okay, so this part I have done. Then again I'll go to this C part. This one means this part I want to draw it. So I'll project it in upward direction. Okay, how much is the height of this cylinder? Semi-cylinder means actually it is a half cylinder, which height is 25. So I'll take a scale and mark 25. This will be your height, you can observe, you can see in this diagram. Okay, so I'm just marking the C, the height which you are getting. This part you are observing right now. Okay, if you observe this portion, it will be a dotted line, and then when you cut it, it will be converted into the continuous line. Then both this C and the cylinder is get connected with a plate. So what I will do, I'll take a plate. How much is the plate size? 10. So I'll mark a 10 there, and mark and join this plate. Okay, so this is the plate I have joined. This is the base. Now complete plate I have joined. So up to this I have completed. Okay, this part. Now rib I have to join it. This rib. Here also I have shown the rib. So rib portion is, you can see directly from the front view, okay, which is connected to this cylinder, semi-cylinder or a half cylinder I can say, and you can join it. Okay, so this part I'm getting. Now I think in the front view I have covered all the things. After this, what I want to do, students, we know that when you are going for the side view, it is clearly mentioned that it is a right hand side view, means you have to draw in the left hand side. Why? Because we are going for the first angle method projections. So for that, take a protractor and mark an angle of 45 degree. I'll mark an angle of 45 degree. Now what, we'll go one by one little bit. First I'll go for this cylinder. I'll project the lines of the cylinder. Only I'll project this line. Then move in a upward direction in the side view. So in this way, I'm projecting the projection line for this cylinder. It means that how much is the height? You know that this is the height of the cylinder. Already there, you project this one from these directions. So this is this all, we are moving in upward direction. Okay, this we are, okay. So students, what you can do, you can take a pencil and mark this cylinder. Okay. After that, in the side view again there is a hole and which is not visible. So in that case, you can just go for the hidden line, just showing the dotted line there. Okay, this part we have done. Then what we'll do, I will project this C, whatever the C we can observe, I will projecting it. Okay, width I got, but what about the height? Already you have drawn it, just you have to project that one. Just you have to project in this way. So you are projecting the heights from the front view, and for the width you are projecting from the top view. So again I'm projecting this one, right? What I will get, if you observe it from the side view, right my friend, these two lines you can observe. Which is that two line? This one. I'll show you how it is. These two line you are drawing vertical. Okay. Then whatever the curved path is that, which will always look straight. So I will join this one. Okay. Means this part get over. Yes. First again I will go for the rib. This is the rib again, but now there are number of projection line. What I will do, how much is the width in the rib? You can see my friend, 10. I will mark it 5 here and will get a rib. Okay, rib I had drawn. Now one more thing is that when I'm going for this plate, the remaining part is just behind that. So I have to extend this line. So what I will do, first of all, I'll go for the projection of this plate. Okay. Up to this, it means that I have to go for the, see here, as it is a taper, it means that this part is visible to you. This part is visible, but exactly at the back side of this, it is impossible to see. What I want to do in this case, my friend, I have to make this portion up to this dark one, right? And then remaining part I have to go for the hidden line. So what I'll just go like this. I'll extend it and project this rib in a downward directions. See how I'm getting a, this is again a very important part in this, especially when you are drawing. So I think I shown. Now if I go for the dimensioning about the, it is very clear that this height, we have already discussed that this height of this cylinder, it is given height of the cylinder as well as the plate. So total distance, if I observe, it is a 6060. Then here also height of this semi cylinder, it is a 25. So I'll mark it to 25. Then this I got as per these dimensions 25. Then what I want to do, as we are going for the sectional, our important thing is sectional front view I want. Okay, front view, but sectional front view, top view and the side view. So for that, what you want to do, I will show you of a sketch. So when you cut from these directions, okay, it is given already, and after cutting it, it comes to the notice that wherever there is a hollow portion, the your when you take any cutting plane, it will not touch. जैसे हमने चक्कू लिया और अगर हम काट रहे इसको तो बीच में वो नहीं लगेगा. So that's why again it's a hollow, but the remaining part will get cut. Now when you come to the plate, one more important again, this rib is always, this part is a rib part, which will be always a hollow one. Okay, only its width can be seen. Okay, thickness is negligible and the height you can observe, my friend. Or from the front you can get the length here. What I will do, when I cut the rib, at that time as it is a hollow portion, no cutting section will take place. Okay, then only the plate will cut. So that here I'll put the hatching. Then again I'll come to this part, semicircle part. In the semicircle, up to this there is a knife edge, it will cut. तो वहां कट होगा, यहाँ चक्कू लगेगा. So what happens there, when you cut it here, up to here this part is a hollow one, it remain as it is, but the portion which get cut, this one, I have to make it a continuous one. This solid plate will cut, means again it will come hatching. These edges we can see it continuous when you cut it. It means that the dotted line which you have drawn is converted into the continuous one. Okay, then I think just want to go for the hatching now. So student, what we'll do, just take a protector and just mark an angle of 45 degree, and it is always better to keep a gap between the two lines of the hatching. So in this way we have drawn the all the hatching line. It means that the section, the part which has been get cut, which has been shown in this diagram. And cutting plane you can show you in the top view. At the end it should be a thick line in the here, and show the arrow. Here it is shown the BB, so I indicated because in the diagram it is shown the B. So I think students, you understood how I have solved this problem. Thank you very much.